Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's names and attributes, asma sifat. We said there is different type of names. That's right. We categorized to three categories, the way the names of Allah were mentioned. طيب, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when Allah mentioned His sifat, His qualities, His attributes, His descriptions, it came in two ways in Quran. It came in two ways. One, Allah will affirm sifah. What that means, Iyad? Affirm sifah for Himself.
He'll praise Himself.
Good. What else? What do you understand from affirm sifah for Himself?
He names Himself.
He names? Yeah, He described Himself with the sifah, because sifah different than ism, than name.
He declares.
He declared that this is one of His sifat. Anything else? The meaning of sifah. Back there. Can we go the names one more round? Asma. Next, Shem. Shama. Huh? No, I just want to go over the names very quickly. طيب. No problem. Zahra. Salma. Nadima. Rimza. That's right? طيب. Sorry, usually I'm bad in names, but not that bad. طيب. And I know the one online I can easily remember their names, because it's already written in front of me. طيب. I was saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when it comes to His sifat, the sifat which is related to Allah, mentioned in two ways in Quran. One, by affirming a sifah for Himself, declaring that this is His sifah. The other ways, negating a sifah, that He declared that this is not, doesn't belong to Him. Can anybody give me example of a sifah that He affirmed that He has it? Just a sifah. What is it? A sifah He affirms.
Any of those 99 names.
Sifah.
Attribute.
Yeah. It's not a name. Sifah. Which one is this, the sifah? What is the sifah? Stawa. Arise, above, settled. All these names for, or these meanings for istawa. On His throne, above His throne. So that's sifah. What else? Mercy. Like what you're trying to say. Mercy. Knowledge. Ownership. Dignity. Power. That's right? Follow me? He laughs, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yadhak. Okay?
So he does laugh and have a sense of humor?
Sense of humor, no?
Yes or no?
We don't, sense of humor, no, we don't say that. Laugh, it's in Quran, it's in the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yadhakullah. Allah laughed to two people, killed each other, and both goes to Jannah. One was Muslim when he was killed by a kafir, and this kafir became Muslim later on, and Allah raised his sins and he entered Jannah. So Allah laughed to both of them, see them both entering Jannah, and one of them killed the other one. So Allah laughed when He sees that in Jannah. So talking, another sifah, that's right. Coming to judge between people, this sifat. So these all sifat that Allah have affirmed to Himself. There is so many of it. Okay? But again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there are certain qualities, certain description He negated. Such as, He doesn't sleep. What else?
He doesn't have partners.
No partners. begotten or begetted. Nor unjust. لا يظلم ربك أحدا. What else?
Doesn't get tired. I don't understand.
Tired. He doesn't get tired. Excellent. Basyouni said that also. No children. No wife.
No gender.
Is that clear? Okay. Good. Ignorance. Forgetting. طيب. The attribute which is Allah affirmed it to himself, he affirmed it generally, he has the best صفات. وَلَهُ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. He has the best description. Okay? And in details. Telling in details what quality and description he has. الرحمة العزة الملك الحياة القيومية, so on. Okay? The general statement are very limited in Quran and Sunnah. But the details description, there is so many of them. So the general way Al-Quran and the Sunnah talking about Allah's sifat is giving a few general statement that He has the best sifat, but giving in details His quality subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah's quality, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's description. In details. You agree on that? Is that clear? Okay. The second point I want you to understand clearly, when it comes to the attributes that He negate, Allah used totally the opposite methods. Generally, Allah always make a general statement that He negate from and free Himself from any bad description. This is so many in Quran. Okay? But He will not negate a specific descriptions unless there is need for it. And they are very limited. The one you just count only. 10, maybe less. You will not see in details Allah negating every bad quality. Yani Allah wouldn't say, Allah doesn't lie, Allah doesn't cheat, Allah doesn't trick you, Allah doesn't deceive you. You see, these details of bad description, where there are so many, Allah will not go in details to negate it. He will use general statement. But the good quality, He will not be only giving a general statement that He has the good and the best quality. He will mention these good quality in details. See, it's totally the opposite methods. Can you say why? Can you figure why? What's the point? Why is that?
So we get to know who He is and who He's not. So we can distinguish what He is and what He isn't.
Yeah, but why He will not negate in details all the bad qualities, while He will affirm the details good quality, in details the good quality.
It's understood.
Yeah, but you started very right.
Well,
because this is the way to know Him. Okay. Somebody came to me and said, Sheikh, I have my sister, she want to get married to this brother. Or some brother came to me and said, this sister, I'm interested to marry her. What do you think of her? Oh, she doesn't lie. She doesn't drink. She doesn't say filthy, bad things. She's not bad. She's not heavy-blooded. He is not a liar. He's not a thief. I can tell you that much. Did you get anything? Are you interested? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. That's right. It does not really tell you who he is or who she is. Any negation will not give you a solid information. That's a common sense. In Arabic, in English, in French, even the jinn languages that they use among themselves. Negations will not give you what? A solid information, clear information. Not like affirming. If you ask me how this person is, mashallah, I want to go partnership with him. He is very honest. He is right on time. He's very dedicated person. As much as he give you more details about his quality, as much you'll feel more comfortable to make a business with him. That's right. But is it? No. He was not ever convicted with crime. Doesn't mean anything. You see what I'm saying? That's one reason. Second reason. It is beneath? Beneath what? Beneath him. Yeah. But why would you go in details? Actually, when you negate things in details, in so many details, it became a form of disrespect. You know, this king, a man came to him and he wanted to praise the king. And he entered to the king and he said, Your Highness, I want to tell you, I came to represent my people to tell you, you're not a dog. You're not a thief. You're not a bad person. You're not a criminal. You're not a murderer. You're not a dictator. You're not. What is he going to do? He's going to kick him out. He's not going to be happy with that. This is not the way to praise somebody. You know why? Because as if it is indicate that he might have this quality, that's why you need to negate it. When you say, you're king, you're not a thief. Do you see me like a thief to negate that? Do I look like a thief to you? So you don't need to make that statement. You see what I'm saying? So, usually negation, as if there is some doubts that you need to negate it, to clear it. That's why it never been a very good idea to praise somebody by negating his so many qualities or go in details. That's why in Quran and Sunnah, there is no single sifah. Allah negated it in details unless Allah wants to prove the other opposite. Never came just to negate it, the point is to negate it. No, the point is to prove the other opposite. And all the sifat that Allah negated in the Quran and Sunnah were in the form of refutation to what people have raised against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So two things, remember them. They are in a form of refutation. The second one are that every negation of the Quran and Sunnah related to a detailed sifah for Allah meant to prove the other opposite. Example, the surah or the ayah, the greatest ayah in Quran. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. What is the quality here that Allah describes himself with? Affirm it. Hayy, qayyum. Alive and qayyum, the one who sustainer, looking after everybody's need, taking care of everybody, capable of doing that, okay? Say, he affirmed it. Then he affirmed it again in a very amazing way. He said, لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. He negates two things, sleeping and sinah. Sinah, which is ghafla, when you became unaware for a few seconds. You know, before you go to sleep, drowsing like see the baby before you go to sleep, open his eyes and back again, you know. When you see like about to sleep and you wake, you're not really sleeping and you're not really aware of what's happening around you. That's sinah. Or sinah, it could be the very light sleeping, which is a very short time, like a quick nap, like a minute or something. That's because sinner could be sinner. Allah saying, proving that His life is so complete. What is the opposite of life? What is this, the easiest form of death or the lightest form of death? Sleeping. So if he doesn't sleep, he doesn't die. So if he doesn't die, he is ever alive. Qayyumiyyah, sustainer, looking after. Can a person, can Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be qayyum if he has sinah? Which is for a few seconds he's not aware of what's happening? No. So he negates sinah, he negates sleeping to prove the opposite, which is qayyum and hayy. وَلَا يَظْلِمُ رَبُّكَ أَحَدًا. Allah will not be unfair to anyone or unjust with anyone. To prove what? His complete justice. His complete justice. طيب. Allah doesn't have a son, doesn't have children, doesn't have wife to refute what? Whoever claimed that Allah has children or wife. That's right. And to prove the complete opposite of the oneness of Allah. That He doesn't need a partner. There is nothing similar to Him. Because if He has a son, the son will be similar to Him. If He has a wife, that means she is going to be kind of similar to Him. Allah alone, the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's the only one. طيب. Allah said, وَمَا مَسَّنَا مِن لُغُوبٍ. And Allah never get tired after creating the heavens and the earth. To refute who? The Jews who said that Allah, He created the world in 6 days, and the 7th day He rested in Saturday. They took that from Jews as well. Allah refuted that. And He said, that's مَا مَسَّنَا مِن لُغُوبٍ. We never get tired. So all the negated attributes in the Quran is meant to prove the complete opposite, and also to refute what the kuffar have raised against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from doubts or claims. Is that very clear? Is that very clear? Guess what? When you read in the books of the people other than Ahlul Sunnah, like the Mu'tazila, when they describe Allah, they only describe Him with negations. Yani you read 2 full pages, all He is not, He's 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 not. That's all how they describe Him. Like for example, Qadi Abdul Jabbar, Mu'tazila, when they said Allah, how he defined Allah? Allah is not. He doesn't have a body, He doesn't have a shape, He doesn't have a color, He doesn't have a skin, He doesn't have a, He cannot be touched, He cannot be seen, He cannot be this, He cannot. Full page. He doesn't have a desire, He doesn't have emotions, He doesn't have a brain, He doesn't have a mind, He doesn't have this, He doesn't have this. That's how they describe Allah. It's very sad that they absolutely following the footsteps of the non-believers of how they describe Allah. The way of the messengers to describe Allah, when it comes to negation, they make general statement. Nothing similar to Him, and that's it. Allah, nothing similar to Him. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفْوًا أَحَدٍ. Nobody is equal to Him. هَلْ تَعْلَمُ لَهُ سَمِيًّا. Do you know anybody or anyone can be similar to Allah? The answer is obvious, no. You see? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. He praising Himself that He has the most complete, perfect attributes. طيب. Also, one of the things that you'll be, if God forbid you ever read their books, you'll be surprised that, unless you read it to study the knowledge and to know what those deviant sects have said about Allah, you'll be surprised that they just negate some attributes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, attributes, and they said Allah doesn't have this or doesn't have that, not even to prove the opposite of it, just to negate it. It will not make it will not lead to a firming point. We will come back to the sifat if we have time in the end of the course to talk about, to classify Allah's sifat. There is actions, and there is a sifat which is referred to meanings, and sifat which represent a physical attributions or physical description to Allah, and we'll talk about it a little bit in details. But what I would like to say, to talk to you now about, before we go to the next issue, what's the difference between asma and sifat? What's the difference between Allah's names and Allah's sifat, Allah's attributes? طيب. Linguistically, turn off your cell phone, please. Linguistically, Allah's names and attributes, or the names and attributes, asma or sifat. And this is, I find it a little bit sometimes hard for the non-Arabic speakers. So you need to concentrate with me a little bit on this. Okay? Names, titles, like Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, okay? Attributes is mercy, rahmah, ilm, knowledge.
Qualities.
Okay, the qualities. Okay? So Ar-Rahman is the name. Rahmah is the sifa. You get that? Al-Alim is the name, the most knowledgeable, the knowledgeable one. Knowledge is the sifa. Okay? The all-knower, if we can say that. The knower. It means name. And knowledge is the sifa. Adjectives. طيب. The sifa. Adjectives. So, that will lead me to tell you, in Arabic language, I'll teach you a trick, but don't tell anybody. I'm just kidding. Okay. I'll teach you a trick, how to differentiate between ism and sifa, without going into any details. You remember the word dhu? Huh? Use this. Anybody knows about a little bit of electricity? Yeah? Huh? Any sisters knows about electricity? By the way, this is something I recommend you guys take a workshop about electricity, so you can help in your homes. At least a little bit ABC about it. There is a tool, what they said that in English, that where you test if there is electricity in the, what is it? Tester. You put it, if there is electricity, it will give it like small light. You know that? It's easy to know. Okay, good. It's like that tester. You check, attach it to the word. If the light comes out, it means whatever after it is adjective, sifa. If it doesn't work, if the light doesn't come out, it means it is ism. Okay? So work with what? With sifa. It doesn't work with ism. Let's practice. Use
It only works with what?
sifa. With sifat. With adjectives. Attributes. If it doesn't fit, if it doesn't work, it means that name, noun. Let's practice. Let's try. Shama. Give me one of Allah's names or attribute. Anyone you want. Top of your head. Al-Latif. Let's put dhu. Dhul Latif. Make sense? Huh? You can't tell. Make sense? Dhul Latif. No. It is Dhul Lutf. Yes. That's the problem. Okay. طيب, let's say Al-Alim. Dhul Alim. Sounds right to you? Dhul Ilm. طيب, let's say Ar-Rahman. Dhul Rahman. Sounds right? You can say Dhul Rahman. What about Dhul Rahmah? You say? طيب. Dhul Hikmah. Sounds right? Dhul Hakim? No. Okay, I'll drop this one because it required you to have sense of the language. Sounds right to you. Sometimes I don't know English very well, but when I hear it, it doesn't make sense to me. But sometimes it does because I'm not good in it. طيب. Okay. In linguistically, so the first difference you need to know, even if you can use it, it doesn't matter. The first differentiation, to differentiate between names and attributes from the linguistic or from Arabic language or the language perspective, that as-sifat we can add to it dhu, but al-asma will not accept the word dhu. That's rule. Rule also another different from Arabic language or from the Arabic language perspective, that the names you cannot add to it ha, which we call dhamir. We cannot say Rahimuh. We cannot add ha to the names, but you can add it to the sifa, rahmatuh. Okay, the ha, it will be okay. The ha, what will be added to the names or the attributes to add to the sifa, rahmatuh, ilmuh. But you cannot say alimuh. It's wrong. Okay. In Arabic language also, the name can be described by another name. But sifa cannot be described by another sifa. You say Allah Ar-Rahman. You describe Allah by Ar-Rahman. But you cannot say in Arabic language, Rahmatuh Izzatuh. Izzatuh will not describe Rahmatuh. You don't say mercy, dignity. Dignity will not be a description to, it will not refer to mercy. But when you say the most knowledgeable, Allah the most knowledgeable. The most knowledgeable is description to Allah, that's right? But it doesn't work this when it comes to sifat. Mercy, dignity. Dignity will not consider to be a description to the mercy. But look, the most merciful, the most dignified. So the most dignified is the most merciful. Refer to the most merciful. Anyway, you don't need, there's 6 different differences in Arabic language. I'm going to skip that. Only remember 2 is good enough. Type.
When you say ha, you mean that camera?
Yeah. The dhamir. Not ta' marbuta, ha. Ta' marbuta, it means has 2 dots. But this is ha. طيب. Or you can write it like this. طيب. Let's see if there is any difference between the names and the sifat in related to where they come from, where we get the names and attributes from, where we derive the names and attributes from. Do you think there is any difference between asma and sifat? Where we get Allah's names from? Quran and Sunnah. What about the sifat? Quran and Sunnah. So they are totally typical in this area. In the area of where we derive the names and attributes, they are identical. There is no difference between asma and sifat. But in the language, Arabic language, we found there is kind of differences between asma and sifat. طيب. And by the way, this is something agreed upon by Ahl Sunnah, that all the names and attributes cannot be taken from other than the Quran and As-Sunnah. Other than the Quran and As-Sunnah. That's why Imam Ahmad rahimahullah said, Allah will not be described with anything other than what Allah have described himself with it. We cannot take from other than the Quran and the Hadith. طيب. If somebody tell you why we have to take it only from Quran and Sunnah, how would you answer him or her?
Because we can only go by what Allah tells us.
Why? Okay, I know this is a very perfect meaning.
But there's no
It's like the akhbar. It's a perfect meaning. It absolutely goes with what the Quran and Sunnah. So what's the problem to say Allah is a maker?
We have no knowledge of Allah except what Allah has told us about Himself. Or the Rasul has mentioned.
Okay, I can figure it out.
Can't you say that indirectly these names are derived from what is in the Quran and Sunnah? I mean, you can-
Yeah, but why we cannot derive names from what we can see? From the word, the creation. We make names.
maybe you can, but the thing is you want to...
You can or you cannot. We say you cannot.
I said, oh, you're saying you cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to take a chance. You want to go by what...
You have to give me a solid answer.
What we can see, our only creation.
Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, in Surah Al-A'raf, verse 33, قل إنما حرم ربي الفواحش ما ظهر منها وما بطن والإثم والبغي بغير الحق وأن تشركوا بالله ما لم ينزل به سلطانا وأن تقولوا على الله ما لا تعلمون. Allah said, Allah have made forbidden all indecent actions. Then he mentioned some of the forbidden things. In the end he said, وَأَن تَقُولُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. To say about Allah what you don't have knowledge of. And the knowledge is Al-Quran and As-Sunnah in this case. Al-ilmu qala Allahu qala Rasuluhu. Ibn al-Qayyim said in his Nuniyah, the one I mentioned earlier, before, Al-ilm is what Allah said, what His Messenger said. وَطَبِيبُ ذَاكَ الْعَالِمُ الرَّبَّانِ. And the doctors who knows how to treat or to use this knowledge is Al-Alim al-Rabbani. Al-Alim al-Rabbani, the scholars. طيب. 2. That Allah is from the unseen. That's right. The ghaib. That we didn't, no way to know the ghaib. The only way to know the ghaib through Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَا تَقْفُ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ. In Surah Al-Isra, verse 36. Don't talk about what you have no knowledge of. Believe in it. طيب. 3. There is a consensus among the Muslim scholars that you are not allowed to name the Prophet ﷺ with names that you make from your own. Can we give the Prophet ﷺ a name? Let's name him now, a new name. Can we name the Prophet ﷺ? We said one of the Prophet ﷺ name is such and such, which is not came in the Quran or the Sunnah. If we cannot do that to the Prophet, what about Allah? Can I name you with any names I want? Nadima, I change your name? Can I do that?
The name, not the attribute. I mean, not the description.
Can I describe you with something from my own?
You say the honest person, or...
Yeah, because you told me, you appear to me this way. But I'm talking about those who will make name, who said Allah is a father. How do you know that He's a father? From where you get that knowledge? Or He's illah, He's the cause. You can describe khabar as something different than names and sifat. Remember, we're talking here about the names and the sifat. That's not sifat. You didn't come early. I think you missed the khabar issue. طيب. The only people who disagree with that were Mu'tazila. Mu'tazila. Who disagree with that, and they said, no, we can make our own names. They name Allah, for example, this al-Jubba'i, Abu Ali al-Jubba'i, one of the founder of al-Mu'tazila. He said, we can name Allah with whatever we want. He used to say, even Allah, he said, A'udhu billah, Muhabbilun Nisa, the one who make women pregnant. He said, that's not been come in the Quran and Sunnah, but he said that, he said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like that. Anyway, he has so many disgusting things. And by the way, this is one of the reasons that Abu al-Hasan Ash'ari, the founder of the Ash'ari madhab, he left Mu'tazila because he couldn't take it. Abu al-Hasan Ash'ari has so many debates, and one of the issues that it was the reason for him to change his belief from Mu'tazila to the new belief that he adopted later on, which is Ash'ariyah, is one of the issue is this issue, that the Mu'tazila believe that they can make any names they want to Allah. And Abu al-Hasan Ash'ari said, no, we have to only take what's in the Quran and Sunnah. That's why the Ash'a'ira agree with Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah in this issue, that Allah's names and attributes only can be taken from only Al-Quran and As-Sunnah. That's why in Jawharat al-Tawheed, which is the main, one of the main reference for the Ash'ari's Aqeedah in recent days, they said, وَاخْتِيرَ أَنَّ أَسْمَاءَهُ تَوْقِيفِيَّةً. His names are توقيفية. توقيفية means only from Quran and Sunnah. كذا الصفات فاحفظ سمعية. Also الصفات, Allah's صفات, are something only been proven from the textual evidence, which been narrated or heard. طيب. What about the names and attributes, the meaning that the names and attributes has? Are they exactly the same? Yani when you hear ism or sifa, Allah's names or Allah's sifa, the meanings in these names and attributes are exactly the same, or there is differences? Or there is different. The meanings that includes in the names are the same meaning includes in the sifa. In the sifa. طيب. Whenever you hear the name of Allah, any name of Allah, it immediately, you understand that this name will indicate or will tell you about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself. So Ar-Rahman is referring to Allah himself, which is Ar-Rahman, ala dhatillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it indicates meaning, which is mercy. So the name is a title and indicate meaning, which is the mercy, which is a mercy. Okay? And can necessitate another meanings. Like mercy, loving, forgiving, things like that. As for the sifat Allah Azza wa Jal, as-sifat, mercy. It does not refer directly to Allah himself, unless you say Allah's mercy. Okay? It necessitates that mercy cannot be exist by itself. It has to be added to someone. You see? So it necessitates the existence of Allah. But it indicates that the mercy itself shows or comprehend that, or it's equal to the sifa or the meaning of it, which is the mercy. طيب. And it can necessitate another description as well. So if he's alive, or if he has mercy, that means he's alive. That means he exists. That means he has knowledge, or he can reward. طيب. As for the rules related to the names and attributes, which is related to the names and attributes, both names and attributes, if somebody deny it, he became kafir. So they are similar on this issue. If somebody said, I don't believe in the names, he's kafir. If somebody said, I don't believe in the sifat, he's kafir or she. If anybody deny one or more from Allah's names and attributes, he denied for no reason. He said, you know what, I don't like this name, I'm going to cancel it. I don't like this sifa, I'm going to cancel it. This is kufr. This is kufr, by the consensus of the Muslim scholars. As Nu'aym ibn Hammad, Sheikh al-Bukhari said, whoever deny what Allah described himself with it, he became kafir. But remember, this is general rules, because you might find some scholar deny certain names or deny certain sifat for reasons, because they don't believe it's an authentic narration, or they don't believe that what the verse means. He might has a reason for him to deny that. But somebody knows that's what Allah described himself with, and he said, you know what, I don't like it, I don't want it, this is kufr, even if it's a single name or a single sifa. 2, in related to rulings, both al-asma' was-sifat, you can swear with it. You can swear with the names and you can swear with the sifat. So this is something common between the names and attributes. You can say wallahi, and you can say wa izzatullahi. I swear by Allah, or I swear by the dignity of Allah. Wa hayatullah, I swear by the life of Allah.
Hayat is light.
Life.
Light.
Haya. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَقْسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ جَهْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ تَاللَّهِ لَأَكِيدَنَّ أَصْنَامَكُمْ فَيُقْسِمَانِ بِاللَّهِ لَشَهَادَتُنَا. All these verses, which is Surah Al-Anbiya 57, Al-Ma'idah 107, clearly stated that, Al-An'am 109, that you swear by Allah, the name. And also, you swear by the attributes. Even Iblis knows that. He said, وَعِزَّتِكَ لَأُغْوِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. Verse 82 from Surah Sad. That's why Imam al-Bukhari have a chapter in his Sahih, I swear by the dignity of Allah. Chapter in Sahih al-Bukhari said, الْحَلِفُ بِعِزَّةِ اللَّهِ وَصِفَاتِهِ وَكَلِمَاتِهِ. To swear by Allah's dignity and His sifat and His kalimat, His words. You swear by that. And he mentioned a hadith which is about the last man who will enter Jannah. You know the story of the last man who entered Jannah? What he used to say, وَعِزَّتِكَ لَا أَسْأَلُكَ غَيْرَهَا أَبَدًا. Every time Allah gave him saying, he said, I swear by your dignity, I will not ask you anything more. So he swear by Izzah. So you can swear by Al-Izzah. And also Jahannam, will ask for more, until, as in Sahih al-Bukhari, Allah will put His feet on the top of it. So what the Jahannam will shrink beneath Allah's feet and would say, I will not ask for more. I swear by Izzatik. I swear by your Izzah, your dignity, your power, your might. So again, this hadith shows that you can swear by Allah's names or Allah's attributes. So they are again typical in this area. طيب. What about seeking refuge? Isti'adha, a'udhu. Can you say a'udhu bi and you mention one of Allah's names? Yes. A'udhu bir-Rahmani minka in kunta taqiyya. A'udhu billah. A'udhu bis-Sami' al-Alim. That's right? طيب. Can I use one of Allah's attributes? Yes. A'udhu biwajhik. I seek refuge by your face from such and such. Okay? A'udhu in the hadith al-sahih, in the ruqya, when somebody is sick, you say, when you are sick, what to say? أعوذ بعزة الله وقدرته من شر ما أجد وأحاذر. I seek refuge by Allah's might and izzah and His power from what I suffer from. It's one of the ruqyah. And we say أعوذ برضاك من سخطك وبمعافاتك من عقوبتك. Very famous one. أعوذ بكلمات الله. I seek refuge by Allah's words. Can you say, I swear by the Mus'haf?
Yes.
Huh? No. Fatima said no.
Yes.
And Asma said yes. And Khalil said yes. Iyad said no.
I don't know.
I don't know. Huh? Yes, Suhair. Huh? Ramza. Yes?
Yes.
Nadima. No. Samia. No. We're kind of equal. The right answer is yes and no. And no and yes. It depends. It depends. If you swearing by Mus'haf and you referring to the papers and the ink and the cover, that's haram because these creations. But nobody do that anyway. But if you swear by Mus'haf and you're referring to the words of Allah, so Allah's words are one of His sifat, attributes. And we just said you can swear by Allah's sifat. So you can do that. By the way, there is no such thing as called, I swear on the Mus'haf. I swear in the book. You bring the book and put your hand on it and swear on it. This is something Muslims took it from the non-Muslims practicing. But it's not. There's nothing in Islam like this.
You mean you can't swear by the book?
There's nothing, oh, bring the book of Allah, put your hand and swear on it. You know, some people said, oh, let him swear in the Mus'haf. There's no, the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam never did that, never asked anybody to do that. So it's a form of innovation. طيب.
So you can swear by the Quran, but you don't put your hand and like bring it physically, and you don't put your hand on
You swear by, I swear by Allah, I swear by the Quran. That's the truth. It's one of His attributes. But some people think that it's like a procedure to bring the Mus'haf and to put your hand on it in the court. You know, or raise your right hand, put your, it's a problem.
How do they do the court system in the Muslim countries?
There's nothing.
I mean,
You just swear by Allah.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. طيب. Let's see one more ruling. Getting exciting or bored?
We are very controversial.
What is controversial?
No, it's good.
It's not controversial, it's a clear cut. There is nothing in Quran, on Sunnah, at all. It says that you can bring the Mus'haf and to put your hand on it and swear on it. It's not a practice done by any one of the Muslim generation. It's only been taken from the kuffar. It's a clear cut. طيب.
There's one congressman that just got was there, and he swore.
That's
by,
good. Jazakallah khair. He swore in the Quran.
Yeah, in the Quran, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. For him, it's fine because the whole system here is not the same system you have.
Exactly.
You cannot take the Islamic rules and just apply it all the rules to the. It depends upon the situation. Type. But I'm taking if somebody who's about to put the rules, like sometimes come to them in the masjid, fight, like the wife and husband, they fight. Let him swear in the Mus'haf that he did not marry another one. Or let him swear in the Mus'haf that she did not, he doesn't know this one. Sometimes it happened to me recently. Not to me. I mean, somebody came to me and they had a dispute. Okay? And this partner in job, let him bring the Mus'haf and swear on the Mus'haf that he didn't take money from me. You don't need to bring the Mus'haf, just swear. طيب.
What Mus'haf means again? What is Mus'haf?
Mus'haf, Quran. Quran. The Quran.
Why do they call it Mus'haf?
That's the word. Quran is the actual words that you recite. But this one is called Mus'haf. But we call it Quran as well. طيب. The book of Allah. طيب. What about when you pray, when you make dua, or when you tastaghith, when you beg Allah, when you pray to Allah? Can you pray to one of His names?
No.
So what you say if you want to pray?
Yes,
One of His names said, Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. طيب. Can you pray to one of His attributes?
No. For
For example, go ahead.
You give me example.
Yes, you can.
Just give me any one of his attributes.
You could say by the way.
What one of? Give me one of Allah's attributes. Anyone? Rahmah. Can you say Ya Rahmat Allah? Oh Allah's mercy. Forgive me.
No, I'll say no.
There is a consensus that this is a form. There is a consensus this is a form of kufr. Kufr. To say, oh Allah's mercy, forgive me. Oh Allah's knowledge, help me. Because, yes, if you imagine Allah separate from His attributes. So the tawheed is to say, oh most knowledgeable. Oh Allah, Alim, Hakim, the most merciful. But you cannot say, oh Allah's mercy, help me. Oh Allah's knowledge, help me. You can't do that. Okay? So this is a difference between names and attributes here. Between asma and sifat. That asma, you call it, you staghith biha, you beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with it. But when you pray to it, but you cannot pray to the attributes. Can you pray to His name but not His attributes? Ya Shafi. Shafi is not one of Allah's name anyway. So here. Ya Wadud. Yes. But you cannot pray to one of His attributes. طيب. One more or enough? One more ruling to show you the difference between, if there is a different, it's a different or it's common between names and attributes.
So there's 6, right?
I only give knowledge to those who are excited about it. So you excited?
Yes.
Okay. One more rule. Can we, do you know the word ta'bid? When you give a name for a person, you say abdu. Abdu. Then you add to it one of Allah's names. Can you add to abdu as a name one of Allah's attributes? Yani we said Abdullah, Abdul Rahman, Abdul Hakim, Abdul Aziz. Can we say Abdul Izzah, Abdul Rahmah? Huh? Online. No. Yes, no.
Abdu is what? What is Abdu?
You cannot say Abdul Rahmah. You cannot add servant. Abd, it means servant. Servant of Allah, servant of Al-Aziz. But you cannot servant of mercy, servant of the dignity, servant of, you understand? Khalil.
You mean with the answer?
No. Is it, I already gave the answer.
So what were you asking?
I'm just seeing you confused a little bit.
No, I'm just thinking what the answer is.
Okay. So you can say Abdul Rahman. You add a name to the word, to the abd. But you cannot add to it attributes. We call it ta'bid as a name for people. Have you met anybody's name Abdullah, Abdul Rahman, Abdul Aziz, Abdul Hakim? خلاص. But you never met somebody his name Abdul Kalam. Unless you go to Bangladesh or something.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I know, in Bangladesh.
It's not correct.
I met somebody from Bangladesh, Abdul Kalam. Huh? What? President of India. India, sorry, not Bangladesh. India, Abdul Kalam. That's what I'm referring to. His name is wrong. That's a wrong name. Like Abdul Hikmah.
No, it doesn't mean hikmah is hikmah, kalam is kalam, and unless you refer to Allah. So it's not a good name.
It's not allowed.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
You can't have a name that is God's attribute?
Yes.
Okay.
You cannot say Abd, then you add to it one of Allah's attributes. You have to add Abd to one of His names, not one of His attributes.
Okay.
I thought this is simple.
No, but as for the president, what's his name?
Abdul Kalam.
So he's attributing himself to one of the...
Al-Kalam, which is one of the attributes of Allah. Talking. Servant of the talking. It's not right. Okay?
He said he wants.
It's a little bit separate, but I guess when we're talking about the names, can we say for somebody Ghulam Rasul? The Ghulam in Urdu means the servant. So can we say Ghulam Rasul or Ghulam Hussein? This is very common in Pakistan.
Ghulam is Ghulam. Ghulam is a servant. Servant, he's a servant of Rasulullah. I'm a servant of Rasulullah. Everybody's servant of
But not a
Rasulullah.
slave, so different, right?
But they use it in the sense of like, or like a.
No, the Prophet ﷺ said, don't say abdi, say ghulam. Don't say abd, slave, say ghulam, servant.
So we can say Ghulam Hussein.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. I'm Ghulam al-Hussein. I'm a servant of al-Hussein because al-Hussein radiyallahu anhu arda is the master of the youth of Jannah. I don't see a problem. طيب. Anyway, this is some of the differences between asma and sifat. So,
6 rules, right?
5 rules.
5 rules.
Saying abdu, the dua, isti'adah, seeking refuge, and from the swearing by them, and proving them that anybody deny one of them will be considered kafir. This is the rulings related to Asma al-Sifat. And we mentioned other 3 areas other than the rulings, the area of the meanings that they indicate, al-Asma and al-Sifat. And we talked about from where we derive Asma al-Sifat and from linguistic or from the Arabic language perspective, if there is a differences or not. طيب. Here we have and we believe in their meanings and their rulings. Their meanings and their rulings. Can I save this? I don't want to lose it. Okay. طيب. The iman in their meanings and rulings. Every sifah and every name has meaning in it. It has meaning in it. It has meaning in it. Ar-Rahman, the name Ar-Rahman has a meaning, which is the mercy. That's right. And mercy, it has meaning. That's right. Love, it means something to you. When you hear the word love, do you understand anything?
Yes.
If somebody doesn't understand anything from the word love, let me know. Or wisdom. Or knowledge. طيب. What about the word barambarur? Barambarur. Anybody online understand anything? Barambarur. Barambarur. Doesn't mean anything. That's right. In any language. Maybe some language, I don't know. But as far as I know, it doesn't mean anything to me. It has no meaning in it. That's right. Hand means anything to you? Yeah. The thing that you used to do things with. Watch. طيب. I'm going to give you a little bit a hard one. Harder one. Take you a little bit because you guys make me feel like I can take you to the next step. Okay. Any name in any attribute, any names or attribute, okay, indicate the following. Indicate the following. Meaning and ma'na and kayfiyah, which it means how it is. How it is. If you say the word shape, the nature of it, how it looks like, what it means and how it looks like. Okay. If I tell you I have a key. Zahra, what do you understand from key?
I know that it looks like a key and it is using to
Key, something you use it to open something. Okay.
Yes.
Key, something to open something. Using for opening.
What are you asking?
Key, what do you understand from the word key? I have a key.
Yeah, I'm thinking. That's the obvious answer.
What you just said.
To open.
Something used to open something.
Unlock.
To unlock something. Great. Okay. Did anybody here or online understood from the word key umbrella?
No. No. Not at all.
Anybody understood from the word key pager?
No.
Pencil? Shoes? Orange? No. If anybody did, let me know. Okay, I'm very serious about what I'm saying. I'm very serious about what I'm saying. If this is the case, I'll go back to Zahra. How that key looks like.
Can have different shapes.
Yeah, when I said key, how it looks like, you think?
There's a certain color. Certain.
Zahra.
Oh, sorry.
It can be a metallic piece.
Metallic piece. Salma, what do you think? Metallic piece. What do you add to it?
Metallic piece which has shape.
Has, what do you call that? Ridges? Has ridges. Okay. Sister Asma, can you show me your car keys? She lost it. No.
Key is the name, right?
Say that black piece. No, not this one. No, this one. No. Yes. The remote control. Don't you can turn on your car without it? Without putting anything inside the key? Oh, I thought your car is advanced.
Yeah, you can.
You can. Tell you that much. You don't need to stick any keys in it. All infinity, you turn on the keys. You just do it like this without putting any keys. The keys is a chip inside that black things that you have. And you can turn on your if you go to Mercedes, BMW, new cars, it's just a chip you have. And you just push a button, and the car starts, the key for the car.
You don't need a key.
You don't need a key. That's the key. That's the key. So the key is not necessarily to be metallic things, has ridges in it. It could be this way. It could not be metallic. It could be made of very solid cartons. It's a very solid plastic maybe. Or plastic. So how it looks like, it is something different than the meaning. None of you ever thought that keys means umbrella or orange juice. We all agree that key is something used to open something, to start something. You see, it's something to take it to be able to use another thing. We don't have a problem with the meaning, but we had a problem with how it looks like.
Its features.
Okay? If I tell you, I have a watch, what do you understand from this? Suhair, online. I couldn't see the online. Yeah, please, Jazakallah. Suhair, tell me. He did it. Shaza or Aliyah, when I say watch, what watch means? Rimza, what's watch means?
Something that helps you tell the time.
Something to tell you the time. Okay, something to tell you the time. Okay, Bazira, what does my watch looks like? Shama, what do you think my watch looks like? Wristwatch. What about if I'm like these old people, they have that things hanging on the suit and open it? Could be, that's right. I don't know what your watch like, but she assumes it will be good. No. But I know it goes on your arm. No, it's not necessarily to be my arm. It could be this one that you pull it out and you look at it. That round one.
Could be one of these.
It could be my watch in the
PDA, telephone.
The PDA cell phone. This is my watch. Okay? My watch is not necessarily to be digital. It could be analog. It could be digital. It could be different ways. That's right. So how it looks like, it's totally different than what it means. So you can understand what it means without knowing how it looks like. That's right? So the meaning is not really based or depending on how it looks like.
You're talking about the form of it.
That's why all of what Allah have told us about Himself, from His names and His attributes, we know the meaning of it, even though we don't know how it looks like. Is that clear? So if somebody tell you, Allah cannot have hand because it means like this or like that, said, hold a second. Hand has meaning and how, and it has hand. There's two questions. What it means and what it looks like. Hand, it means the things that been used to handle things. Love, laugh, mercy, knowledge, life means something. But how it looks like, this is something else. If we don't know how it looks like, it's not necessary that we don't know what it means. But if you don't know what it means, you will never be able to know how it looks like. That's right? Actually, you never be able to know what's... If I tell you, Barambaror, Barambar is something grows in the blubber barur. And this blubber barur and brambarur, and I give you all these weird names, all exist in an island that call blah blah blah. Would you understand anything?
No.
No. No, it is so sad to tell you that there are so many sects among the Muslims. They believe that all Allah's names and attributes doesn't mean anything. Has no meaning. Exactly like hearing Barambaror. For them, mercy, knowledge, ilm, hayat means nothing.
Why?
That's what they said. So we don't know what it means. It's a mystery. So, for us as a Sunnah, you need to understand clearly that we differentiate between meanings and how it looks like. So we believe in the meanings of it. But how it looks like, I have a question. Does it have a shape? Allah's attributes? Does it has some appearance or how it looks like? It does, but we don't know how it is. We don't know it because we never saw it. That's right. Allah never told us how it looks like. That's right. So if He doesn't tell us, it's still something we don't know how. But it does. It exists. His hand, Allah knows how it looks like. But nobody else knows.